1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, done.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Lambert Park for round 23 of the NPL Women's New South Wales competition. The second placed Apia Leichhardt host the 8th placed Northern Tigers, and when the draw came out, many thought that this game would be the one deciding or playing a pivotal role in how the finals or even premiership will take shape for both teams. Instead, it's only Apia who's got something to play for. The Northern Tigers really falling out of form of late. Only one win in their last 5 or 6 games really set them back and has made it or near impossible now to make finals football. Apia, on the other hand, though, after suffering a bit of a blip of their own form earlier on in the season, they've come around really well of late, putting up some good results, I should say, as well as some very, very good performances to boast as well. They currently sit in second place, and at the start of round 23, we're only 1 point off first place, but Bulls FC Academy, they played earlier this afternoon against Sydney Olympic and came away with all 3 points, a 4-1 win there at Northbridge Oval. So at the start of play here, the Bulls Academy are now 4 points ahead of Apia, and importantly at this crunch part of the season, have a much better goal difference as well. 8 goals to the good of Apia. And we'll go through the lineups now quickly for Apia Leichhardt. Starting in goals, number 1, Sophie Magus. Number 3, Jess Seaman. Number 5, Teal Kilbride. Number 6, Mona Walker. Number 7, Charlotte Lancaster. Number 11, Ash Crofts. Number 13, Jordan Jasnos. Number 16, Estelle Fragale. Number 18, Sophie Hoban. Number 38, Alyssa Rose. And number 39, Ash Brodigan. For the visiting side, down a few key players as well. First, we'll just see this move through as Lily McMahon delivers into the box. It's a great ball, and the chance was there. The ball was begging to be struck home. In the end, no one able to get a shot away inside the 6-yard box, and the Tigers in their away kit keeping the pressure on as Mona Walker steps through but loses out to Mortlock. And did watch the Northern Tigers a few weeks back. The last time they won a game, that was against the Macarthur Rams, and Charlotte Mortlock was an absolute standout for the Northern Tigers on that occasion. Deflected cross there, dealt with by Seaman. As though we may have an issue with the ball. Nina Cortez just checking whether it's pumped up enough. And we'll get to the Northern Tigers lineup now. Number 3, Greta Crisula. Number 5, Savannah Murray. Number 10, Charlotte Mortlock. Number 11, Lily McMahon. Number 12, Saffron Grass. Number 14, Beth Bernardi. Number 16, Olivia Cartwright. Number 18, Bo Burton. Number 23, Misha Anderson. Number 29, Rosie Ewan. And number 31, Annalise Glastonbury. Lancaster, how about that for a pass for Mona Walker? I was looking for Crofts, and a good challenge, but it's still there for Hoban and deflected in the end. And Apia looked very, very dangerous when getting into that front third. Jess Seaman and Teal Kilbride will now come forward for this corner. Jess Seaman getting on the score sheet last week. First goal in Apia colours, first goal of the season for her. A bit of tongue-in-cheek in the gantry where I said I was disappointed that she hadn't scored earlier, but Jess Seaman always a threat from corners. Has a chance to get on the end of this now. It's a good ball in the box. Crofts is there and it's gotten in all the way. It may have gone in without getting a touch from Crofts. Alyssa Rose with the delivery. And Apia lead at Lambert Park. And it's taken all of 4 minutes. I said they have a lot of threats in the box. And if it wasn't Crofts, who's been in some outstanding form of late, it's gone in direct from Alyssa Rose. And Apia lead 1-0. Brad Atzard will be very happy with that from his team. And after the bright start from the Northern Tigers, it was their first foray forward for Apia, winning the corner and subsequently taking the lead as well. And Kilbride playing against her former team, as is Hannah McNulty, but McNulty on the bench for Apia this evening. And Crofts trying to steal in there. Henderson hadn't seen her coming from the blind side and almost pinched the ball, did Ash Crofts. Now Lancaster putting Murray under pressure, and well, I'm going to say that was a cross. Almost turned into a shot, but wide of the target. And you can hear Brad Atzard, he's asking his side to really put the press on, force the mistakes. Strong challenges there in the end. Mona Walker mopping up. And Murray now has Lancaster putting the pressure on and not taking any chances there. Murray clearing out for a throw. Apia continue the pressure. And Glastonbury will have a work cut out this evening, it seems. Apia really do look in the mood at the moment. Murray heads away. Apia will be concerned if the Northern Tigers were to win a free kick anywhere near the box. I said that game where I saw the Northern Tigers play a couple of weeks ago against the Macarthur Rams. Savannah Murray was very dangerous from the set piece. It didn't matter if it was a metre or two outside the box or more than 10. Every single shot she hit had the Rams worried. Nice ball there from Anderson out wide. And Siemens aware to the danger, clears away. It will be a Apia throw here on the near side. Of course, Apia Leichhardt also in action in the men's competition. Derby Day, taking on the Marconi Stallions at the Palace. But it wasn't to be Apia's day. Marconi coming away with a 3-2 win there. Massive points there for the Stallions and a real kick to the premiership hopes of Apia Leichhardt. Anderson from Mortlock dances past Fragale, but there is who else but Mona Walker. And now Lancaster on the left can hit it from here. Charlotte Lancaster goes low and Glastonbury holds that well. And slippery conditions here. Rain has been on and off all day. Haven't had any for about an hour or so now. Here's Alyssa Rose. First time pass from Cross, and it's worked its way through to Hoban here, and Hoban now in the area. Sophie Hoban, can she finish? Just over the bar. The ball just seemed to stick to her foot. Worked herself all the way to the penalty spot in the end, poking her effort over the bar. But another warning sign for the visitors. They won't want to concede another early on, because when Apia gets in the mood, they can really get quite dangerous and imposing. And again, we spoke earlier about the goal difference situation at the moment, or before kickoff, I should say. The Bulls had an 8-goal upper hand on Apia. And of course, the final match of the season will be here at Lambert Park between Bulls FC and Apia Leichhardt. And every single neutral is hoping that is the game that determines who will be crowned premiers on the regular part of the season before we get stuck into playoffs. Of course, first we'll take on fourth, and second we'll play against third. And I do say Apia and the Bulls, but you can't forget the other two teams that are still in that equation, and well, they'll definitely think they're more than just a chance of taking out top spot, and that's the Illawarra Stingrays and the Mount Druitt Town Rangers. And Jasnos works hard to get back and step in front of McMahon and win the ball as well. Here's Walker. Jasnos always playing with a smile on her face. All the other games have kicked off in the competition now. Mount Druitt and Newcastle currently 0-0 at Poppendetta Park. Good challenge there from Murray, had to be strong and avoids the corner. 0-0 also between the Wanderers and Northwest Sydney Spirit. Uni and MacArthur just kicked off, also no score. The Ravens take on Manly at Christie Park. That one kicked off only moments ago as well. So no goals at any other park bar this one here for the 5 o'clock kickoff games. Here's Kilbride. Walker takes it forward and plays the ball in front of Lancaster, but just a little too wide. Goes out for a throw. Final game of the round is between the Illawarra Stingrays and NSW. That one is getting a slightly later kickoff time. A lot's riding on that game. As I said, the Stingrays haven't yet confirmed their final status, but are on their way in a good position to do so. A win will most definitely keep their premiership hopes alive. A loss will not just hurt their premiership chances, but also really hurt their playoff aspirations. Jasnos does very well, picks the ball up again as well. Heavy touch though, that was a bad challenge there from Anderson. Nina Cortez right on top of that. Anderson did come in a little bit overzealous, you'd say there, but didn't make the contact with Jasnos, and I think the whistle came more so for the intent of the challenge as Lancaster prepares to deliver this one into the area. Doesn't quite get the ball where she wanted it to around the penalty spot, and it was cleared away quite comfortably on the edge of the area as Brodigan plays it forward. We'll talk about a lot of the teams in this competition strengthening during the window, bringing in a number of A-League players, and Apia did the same, but the bigger difference for Apia has been Ash Brodigan and Alyssa Rose as Mortlock now tries to create something for the Tigers and turns left and right, delivers into the far post, and this is an opportunity now, and Magus holds. Rosie Ewan, what an opportunity for the Northern Tigers. The effort was straight at Magus, but good reaction save from the Apia keeper nonetheless. But the Tigers really should be level here. And again, the creator is Charlotte Mortlock. Crofts heads it on. It's very dark on the far side of the pitch, and I really do hope the lights come on that side of the field. Otherwise, in about 20 minutes or so, it's going to be very, very difficult to see on this pitch. Now the lights do come on, just as I say that. Jasnos. Didn't see Ewan. But strong recovery there from Jordan Jasnos. Finds Rose, who's been pushed in the back there by Bernardi. Wins the free kick. Gives Bernardi a push for good measure as well. And now Lancaster picks up the ball for Apia in the opposing half. And how about that for a cross? Couldn't quite find Crofts though, just a little bit behind her, but great delivery. Brodigan. Proven that Brad Hatzard can use her on the park wherever he needs. Generally a more attacking minded player who is the one scoring goals, but found a spot at right back and she's made it her own. As I was mentioning earlier, club's made a number of A-League signings. Alyssa Rose and Ash Brodigan have made such a difference to this Apia team. And it's no secret that the form of Apia increased dramatically with the arrival of those two from Bulls Academy. Here's Lancaster and Murray straight through the back of Lancaster. An unnecessary foul from Savannah Murray. Wasn't required there. Lancaster facing the wrong way and not really doing anything with the ball in that area of the park. Rose again, and that one's curling back, and for a moment it looked as though it was headed for the top corner, and Glastonbury there couldn't hold that one. Did the ball in fact go out of play first? A bit confused as to what the call was there, and tough for us to know from where we are. And now a chance for Jasnos, and that one just getting away from her. Had she brought that under control, Glastonbury would have been busy once more. Kilbride back for Magus. Jasnos can't bring that under control. Here's Jasnos again. Fragale had to deal with that with pressure coming from Bernardi. And here is Bernardi again. Mortlock made a good forward run, but it wasn't paid by Bernardi. Here's Ewan. Forward for Mortlock, who does well to keep that in. Well defended from Jasnos. Finds Rose. Turns away comfortably from Crisula. Releases Lancaster, but Lancaster this time unable to get the ball under control, and Murray plays it back to Glastonbury. And you can hear Attard calling for the press, and they've won the ball back again through Brodigan now. Early pass forward for Crofts, who uses her body well to shoot off Anderson, but couldn't find the pass for Hoban. Cool evening tonight in the inner west. As I said earlier, we've had some very strange weather throughout Sydney today. Read by Walker and intercepted. Rose back for Kilbride. Brodigan now into the feet of Hoban, who gets it back, and heavy touch from Brodigan. Crisula read that, and Brodigan then fouled Crisula. Off the post from Crofts. Something out of nothing there for the hosts. We've still got the ball again. Comes back once more. Glastonbury flapped at that. Lancaster arrived at the far post but couldn't direct her effort at full stretch on target. Jasmine Black away on national team duty, as is Izzy Gomez. No Chico for Apia either, though. Also on national team duty. Cross comes into the area. Mortlock's the target. Headed away by Fragale. Ball forced to the feet of Hoban, who was almost stopped by Beth Bernardi. Here's Rose. Crofts. Forward for Lancaster, and Crofts now getting into the box, asking for the ball back, brings it down. Ashcroft's closed down in the final moment for shooting toward goal, and Murray clears away. Seaman read that and headed it down for Walker. Rose searching for Crofts, comfortably cleared by Murray. is Jasnos. Has the pace to run at the defence, but chooses to play it safe and keep the ball with a pass back for Fragale. Here's Hoban. Apia just waiting for the opportunity to present itself, but making an error in the meantime. Jasnos back for Seaman. You can hear Leichhardt and his coaching staff asking for the ball to move quicker, and I've mentioned it earlier this year, when Apia gets the ball moving at a quick pace, they are very, very hard to stop and slow down. That's when they look best, when the ball is flowing and moving from foot to foot. Jasnos brings it down. Back for Hoban, and Fragale making the run now. Savannah Murray trying to stick with her. In support is Hoban, and Fragale goes on her own, gets it on the left, cuts it across goal, cleared. I thought Hoban had got there first, but the Tigers come away with the ball. He's Mortlock now, searching for the run of Bo Burton, but Kilbride came across and plays Magus, who almost had herself into a bit of trouble there with the first touch. Here's Lancaster, saw the run of Jasnos, and Murray may have hurt herself here. Stayed down straight away, but slowly getting to her feet now. Can't afford to lose Savannah Murray. Apia still have Sydney Olympic to play next week. Then the Illawarra Stingrays, 2 tough away games. Although Olympics' form of late has been somewhat questionable. Had a red card today as well, Chloe Gordon. And Sarah Yadam also suspended after a red card midweek. Free kick the way of the Northern Tigers. Burton plays it forward. Fragale steps in. Clears away. As I said, Olympic away, Stingrays away. And then that final game here against Bulls FC Academy. And I can just envision it being an absolute full house if it was to come down to that final game to determine who will be named premiers. Slightly easier path for the Bulls, though. They've got MacArthur next week, who's struggling with numbers. They then host the Gladesville Ravens, for a very, very good side. They've picked up form of late as well, before, as I said, that last game here at Lambert. So Apia just needs to keep winning to keep the pace with the Bulls, so that it does come down to that final game of the season. They are in the driving seat for the premiership at the moment. Kept the ball in here. Hoban trying to beat Crisula, but good defending from Greta Crisula. Burton trying to turn Kilbride forward for McMahon, who can hit him from the eye. McMahon's down straight through. Lily McMahon pulls it wide. That would have been a special goal for Lily McMahon. Did everything right. Apia defence was at 6s and 7s, and the easiest part of the whole move was to find the target. But McMahon pulls her effort wide of the goal. What a chance that was for the Tigers. And they've had a couple good opportunities now in this first half. Haven't been able to take those. They will be punished if they don't. Here's Bernardi. Last touch off her. It'll be an Apia throw. Here's Bernardi again. Now McMahon. And Apia have, it seems, just taken the foot off the pedal a little. They're pressing in the opening 15-20 minutes of this one. They were all over the Northern Tigers. Cross comes into the area, headed away by Walker. Falls for Ewan. This time blocked by Jasnos. Rose. Here's Seaman. 30 minutes gone here at Lambert Park. 1-0 to Apia. Still no goals at Christie Park between the Ravens and Manly. 0-0. The same between Sydney Uni and the MacArthur Rams. Goals galore at Wanderers Football Park. Spirit leading 2-1 at the moment. Must-win game for Spirit unless their finals hopes are done and dusted. Mount Druitt lead against the Jets by 2-0. The Jets win last week against Sydney Olympic. Short-lived celebration in the end. Free kick now for Lancaster to try and find either Seaman, Crofts or Kilbride in the box. It is going toward Jess Seaman. Heads it on. Saved by Glastonbury. It was a good run from Seaman. Found herself in an ideal position. And will probably be a little disappointed with herself that she didn't score there. It was an excellent chance. Glastonbury, credit to her making the save. Ball played forward now for McMahon to run onto, but Magus will collect it as the rain starts to fall here at Lambert Park. Make for an even quicker surface. So now much heavier as well, and the rain is blowing toward us and into the commentary booth, which is always pleasant. It's really raining heavy now. And the heavens have most definitely opened up here at Lambert Park. Here's Walker. You got to love playing in these conditions. These are proper football conditions. Ball played over the top, headed down. Cristula, early pass. That one straight into the feet of Kilbride, whose pass is deflected out. Ball will remain with the home side, but they've given up possession there. Walker, forward pass for Hoban. Runners in the box. Hoban cuts it back and crosses in. Looked to come off the hand there after the shot, I think, from Jasnos. It's actually raining even harder. It's almost tough to actually see how heavy it's raining. McMahon on the edge of the area, closed down. To say it is bucketing down is an absolute understatement. I don't believe I've ever seen the rain fall this hard at Lambert Park in all the years I've been here. We'll see how the pitch can hold out. Obviously a synthetic surface here. But we have seen synthetic surfaces struggle to deal with large amounts of rain in short periods of time. Generally it does clear up pretty quickly. Absolute rain bomb. It's coming in from every angle possible as well, so making it very tough to commentate at the moment. And videotape. Cross comes in, Magus punches away, falls here for Bo Burton, and her effort deflected out. What an opportunity for the Bulls. A corner now. Keeping the pressure on. Oh, the Bulls, and that's another good opportunity for them. They haven't quite taken. Cross comes in, good ball in. It's a bit of a scramble down the edge of the 6-yard box, and Cross clears away. All the way into the Tigers' half. And Glastonbury plays it square. Here's Ewan. Error into the feet of Jasnos. Forward for Walker, but pass is misplaced. Good challenge there from Mona Walker in midfield. Looking for the option. Lancaster was one, but her area was quickly closed down. Now Jasnos, Hoban in front, and you can see the water coming off the ball, especially in this part of the pitch. It's a little heavy now. Ball defended from Anderson. And they play out of that one very well, the visitors. Ball played forward. Here's Seaman for Jasnos, and the ball holding up. You can see now the weather really starting to take effect on the pitch. Forward pass now for Burton. Just watching this rain, it's changing the direction it's coming from. Every single second. There's Mortlock. Oh, look at that. Pass really held up there. That's the effect the weather's having. And Nina Cortez, the referee, in the middle, just having a look herself at the pitch as Hoban sprays that one forward for Charlotte Lancaster, sorry. And Lancaster looking to create some space for that left foot. Jasnos now making the forward run. Pass back for Fragale instead. Good ball from Seaman into the feet of Hoban. Jasnos battling away and losing out to Lily McMahon. Strong tackle from Fragale and a good tackle as well. And now Lancaster with a neat turn, a nice ball. Is this the chance? Oh, and Ashcroft's lost it. It's still there, saved by Glastonbury. It was Brodigan this time. That was a beautiful team move from Apia. Ashcroft's, the ball getting stuck in a puddle in the box and put her off, but there's still another chance, and Lancaster misses there. That'll hold up, it won't go out. Lancaster gets it back to it, keeps it in. Crofts wants it delivered. Just a throw. Good opportunity that for Apia to double their advantage. Generally, when you get these downpours, they don't last longer than a minute or two, but this one has other ideas as a high ball comes into the box, and that ball will be heavy and slippery now. Jasnos' cross was high, held in the end by Glastonbury. And these two teams can't wait to get into the sheds at half-time. Only a couple minutes to go till the teams go into the sheds. And Nina Cortez has taken out the yellow card, and someone from the Tigers bench has been shown a booking. Walker. Wide for Jasnos, and a good ball forward now for Sophie Hoban. And Hoban, a cross goal. Good block there from Murray. Had to get it right. Yellow card for Jasnos, and blamed it on the pitch. So it's too wet. And I'll tell you what's the only thing that can be worse than all this rain pelting down, and that's coming out for the second half. Absolutely drenched. The second half, it'll be very, very cold. Seaman forward for Holborn. Look at the water coming off there. You can see a couple puddles forming as well. One in particular in the middle of the Apia half that they're defending. And there's another where Jordan Jasnos had gone down not too long ago. Bernardi can't bring that under control. Seaman clears away. Here's Ewan. That one held up. Cleared away. Lancaster trying to get on the end of this, but Misha Anderson sees it out over the sideline. And no time added at the end of the first half. Nina Cortez keen to get in the change room herself. But after the first 45 minutes, it's the home team that lead 1-0. The corner from Melissa Rose finding its way into the back of the net. Now questions will be raised. Did Ash Crofts get a touch on it? Crofts will say she did and add another goal to her seasonal tally. But at halftime, it's Apia Leichhardt 1, the Northern Tigers 0. And the teams are back at a very, very, very wet Lambert Park. And if you missed it in the first half, there was an absolute downpour which made it difficult to even see at some points in that first half. And as I said earlier, I really do feel sorry for these players having to walk out in the second half drenched. And I can see Ash Brodigan, she's not comfortable at all. Struggling to get themselves moving again in the second half. I wouldn't have been surprised if they kept on their feet during the half-time break, just because of what conditions awaited them again in the second period, and it hasn't stopped raining during the break either. The puddles that were forming and parts of the pitch have now cleared, but that's how much rain came down in about a 10-minute period. And the puddles began to form on the synthetic surface. Extremely heavy rain. And there still is sprinkling out there. You probably can't see it on the camera, but rain is definitely still coming down, and ball falls the way here of Lancaster. Thought about the reverse pass instead. How about that for Jasnos? But the flag's raised. That was very close. Great vision from Charlotte Lancaster to slot the pass in for the on-rushing Jordan Jasnos. Just went a little too early. The assistant's flag on this near side raised for an offside. It's an error there from Kilbride. Mortlock was trying to get around her. In the end, Magus was there to clear. Crofts, that's a late challenge from Murray, but advantage played here for Lancaster, trying to get it onto the left. Good tackle. And Hoban, though, picks up the loose ball and gets into the box now. Hoban, across goal, cause of handball. Cortez waves it away. And Crofts asking for the card to come back as well for Murray, which I thought was definitely going to come. And Jordan Jasnos taking her time over this throw. Needs to be careful, Jordan Jasnos, on a yellow card. Received one at the end of the first half. And I have to admit, I thought that challenge from Murray deserved a booking. Walker gets there ahead of Mortlock. Sorry, Burton that was. Switch pass from Rose, intercepted. Here's Mortlock. On the whistle blew there. Fragale didn't hear it. Continued on playing. Seaman almost lost that ball. Last touch there off the Tigers. Elsewhere, the Rams lead Sydney Uni at half-time by 1-0, and it'll be interesting to see if they cop some of that rain, how Sydney Uni Football Ground will deal with it. We've already seen how poor of a state the pitch is in. Again, I reckon Murray got away there. You know, with another handball, quite easily could have got a yellow card for that as well. Ravens and Manly 0-0 at the break. What a game at Wanderers Football Park. Western Sydney 3, Northwest Sydney Spirit 3. Goals galore there. Mount drew at 5 to the good against the emerging Jets at half-time. And Bulls to Sydney Olympic by 4-1 earlier. The last game of the round takes place in about an hour. The Laura Stingrays taking on UNSW. Flick on there from Crofts, and Holborn gets there ahead of Murray. Lancaster wants the ball played in the box square. Still Holborn, goes direct, spilt by the keeper. And Glastonbury picks up the ball, and there was calls from a number of the Apia players asking for a back pass. Nina Cortez not interested. Here's Holborn. Early ball, and how about that for a ball across? Offside though. Croft's not happy with the call. Doesn't think she was in an offside position. Sophie Holborn though. Looks like she's in the mood, and as is Estelle Fragale. Crisula. Here's Cartwright now. Good touch forward. Bernardi quickly closed down by Brodigan. Cartwright. So forward to Bernardi. Cartwright gets her back again. This time has her pocket picked by Fragale. Kilbride back for Magus. Clears away first time toward Brodigan. Last touch there off Cartwright. Not sure the assistant referee saw. She did. Good call from the assistant referee. Definite final touch off Cartwright. Holborn holding off Crisula. Played forward by Brodigan. And headed on by Saffron Grass. Burton for Ewan. Good move from Ewan, but Mona Walker came across and made the challenge. Bernardi plays it forward. And Kilbride. It's a miscued clearance from her. And Brodigan mopped up. Last touch off Brodigan. Another good call from the assistant referee. Cartwright. Ball makes its way out to Crisula. Good run from Bernardi, but a little bit too much on that pass. Tigers do have Jaden McAdamy on the bench, Nikola Dominikovic, Maya Cameron, Amy Longhurst, Katja Clement, and Amelia Brandon. Apia have Hannah McNulty, former Tiger. Imogen Lane, Zoe Panagopoulos, Christina Kichik, Aurelia Collins, and Paige Cuthill. Read by Murray. Can't keep it in though. Flicked on there by Crofts for Holborn, who's bearing down on goal now. Holborn wide for Jasnos. Heavy touch from Jasnos. And couldn't recover. That was a good chance. She had so much time there, Jordan Jasnos, and I think that's what put her off. Had too much time to think about what was about to happen. Just slightly took her eye off the ball for a moment. But definitely a good opportunity there for Apia. was a big challenge on Mona Walker moments earlier. She's stayed down now. Actually, I don't think that's Mona Walker. Ten minutes gone now. In the second period, the home team still have the lead. Still in a good position. Jess Seaman that was down, I think. It was. Just checking that she's okay. The medical staff. Magus wide for Brodigan, who plays it forward first time. Hoban comes and picks the ball up and turns in midfield. Bernardi putting the pressure on. And Jess Seaman back onto the park and into the action immediately. I'm not sure that's what she wanted for her first touch, but how about that for a ball? Finds Charlotte Lancaster. Apia wanted a corner, but no real complaints from them there. Goal kick to the visiting side. Anderson sends it long. Handball there from Fragale. And the thing for Apia, despite being in pretty good control of this game so far, they also know that they've only got a one-goal advantage, and we've seen the Tigers have a couple very, very good opportunities in the first half where they didn't punish Apia for some sloppy defending. Apia will want to get this second goal as soon as possible, so they can take the foot off and perhaps relax just a little bit. We know that this Northern Tigers team does not give up easy. Always been a club with great culture, a fighting culture. Seaman will be tested again. Holds up strong there though. Crofts now waiting for runners, and did come a little late, but they came in the end via Brodigan, and a few options now appearing in the front part of the attack. Savannah Murray coming across, getting a touch. Ball going out for a corner. And the last corner that Apia had, well, we know what happened there. They scored from it. Jess Seaman goes up, as does Teal Kilbride. Corner did come from the opposite side, though. Also an in-swinger. What can Charlotte Lancaster create here? Ball comes in toward the far post. Seaman heads toward goal. Came off the back of Crofts, and it still hasn't been cleared. Now it has. It's a great header from Seaman, and Fracale looked to get her bearings a little wrong there. Burton under pressure from Hoban. He was on a run, but touch took her out of play. Sophie Hoban, such an aggressive player, always putting the pressure on, and don't mean aggressive in a negative context. Cartwright closed down. Throw in for the Tigers. Crisula couldn't bring that down. Hoban gets there. Anderson now with a bit of time. Thought about going back to Glastonbury, but turns and plays it forward to Ewan instead. Seaman read the pass, but sliced the clearance, and Kilbride will go all the way back to Magus. He clears the ball first time. Grass heads it on. Well, one there by Bernardi. Good strength from Jasnos once more. Cross can't keep it in. Hoban almost turning Crisula. Running into a lot of free space, but Crisula held her ground. Stayed strong as Burton gets in the box, and Kilbride there with her. But Burton couldn't get enough purchase on that. And Magus comes and collects. Early release here for Brodigan. Searching for Lancaster, and the skid off the surface helped Lancaster. Didn't help her touch there. Now Rose. And there's a lot of maroon shirts to the left now. That's where the ball goes to Jasnos. Gets her head up, has a look for a cross, and delivers in, and spilt but smothered by Glastonbury. Fragale wins the ball. Rose trying to drop it off for Hoban. Bo Burton strong in a couple challenges. Rewarded with possession for her side. Here's Saffron Grass. Can't find the teammate though. Since the start of June, the Northern Tigers have only won 2 games. We're already well into August now. As Grass looks to change that. Feeds in Mortlock here, who's stayed on side. Mortlock cuts in on the right. Still Charlotte Mortlock, wanted to get the shot away instead. Goes to Crisula, who has the space. Deflected effort, drops there for McMahon, and somehow the ball stays out again. What an opportunity once more for the Northern Tigers, and the longer they stay in this game, the closer they are to finding an equaliser. This is what I'm talking about for the home team. The longer they keep the Northern Tigers in this one, the Northern Tigers will believe they can find an equaliser. They get to keep the pressure on now with a corner. Bo Burton will take. Swinger, Seaman meets that one. Good header out, and now Charlotte Lancaster, if she can get there. Apia was on. They had a number of players rushing forward. Northern Tigers, would seem, had nobody back. Great work from Fragale. Finds Rose. Good feet from Rose to beat Grass. Playing it wide now for Jasnos. And Jasnos taken out late there by Anderson. Jasnos doesn't look quite comfortable after that collision. Bit of force behind that. It just seemed a little difficult for Anderson to slow herself down on that occasion. And Rose sends it forward. Crofts was looking to get on the end of that, but Anderson won the header. Rose turns away and feeds Fragale. Here's Brodigan, trying to slip it through the legs of Olivia Cartwright. No options there. Ball given away into the feet of Crisula. Now Burton. Nice turn there in midfield. Jaslos back to win the ball. Walker forward for Lancaster. And Crofts has space, as does Hoburn. And finds Crofts on the turn. Ash Crofts looking for the chance to shoot. And her effort takes a deflection. Another chance now for Lancaster to deliver an in-swinger into the box. Put Glastonbury under some more pressure. Brad Attard calling to new substitutes as well. I think the home team will soon make a change or two. As Lancaster delivers this one. Another great ball in, just over Crofts' head. Apia wanted another corner, but Nina Cortez in a good position to say no. Just a goal kick. Anderson clears away. Mortlock. Mortlock through the legs there. Great work from Charlotte Mortlock. Got caught up there. Mona Walker. Bo Burton on the far side. Free kick goes the way of the Northern Tigers. Massive news out of the Northern Tigers as well throughout the week. Jason Egger, who's been a stalwart and such an important part of this football club, from the youth to the women and the men's space, will be leaving the Northern Tigers. Due to start a new project after so many years at the Northern Tigers. I don't know what the actual number is, but I can tell you for as long as I've been involved in football, Jason Egger has been a part of the Northern Tigers. And I think for the club they'll be so saddened to see him leave for himself. A new assignment, a new project, time to create something at another football club. He does deserve a lot of the plaudits for what he's managed to achieve with the Northern Tigers, and in particular the Northern Tigers women's program. The men's program was always strong, always producing. Not the women's program since they got promoted. And they had a couple grand finals, won a cup. Been a force to be reckoned with, really. There's Apia now. Make a couple changes. Hannah McNulty comes in place of Charlotte Lancaster. And Ash Brodigan gets her rest as well. Replaced by Imogen Lane. And two changes by Brad Attard. Cross heads it on. Won a lot of those flick-ons. We have just over 20 minutes remaining here. Crisula for Grass. Bernardi on the turn. Got away with that, Beth Bernardi. I think because she didn't achieve what she wanted to do, the error actually helped her out in the end. And McNulty straight into the action. Great ball for Crofts. Ash Crofts. Still Ash Crofts, saved by Glastonbury. Good save from The Northern Tigers keeper. Ashcroft took too long there. Crosses back in again. What a chance that was for Apia. Will these missed opportunities come back to haunt them? Great introduction for Hannah McNulty. It was a perfectly weighted ball as the Tigers make their first change. Bo Burton comes off and Nikola Dominikovic comes on. Manly have taken a 2-0 lead against the Gladesville Ravens, massive in respect to finals football for Manly, keeping their chances alive. And this could be serious. I think it's Jordan Jasnos that's down. Jasnos, who's been unlucky with injury over the last couple of years. We'll be hoping this is nothing serious, but it didn't sound good when she went down. The goals continue to fall at Wanderers Football Park. It's 4-4 now. What a game of football that's turning out to be. Jasnos still down, receiving attention. The first big chance of the second half for the home team. Ashcroft really would have felt as though she would score that opportunity. And I think because she took so long and perhaps went a little too far to the right, really closed her own angle down. Jasnos looks to be okay. Running some tests with the physio. As Apia get the ball from the drop ball. And Magus plays it forward. Header won by Crisula. I thought there was a handball there by Mortlock. Cleared away by Anderson. That could turn out to be a good ball for Dominikovic, but Imogen Lane also fresh on, not properly used to the conditions, and how the ball will skid off the surface. Did very well there. McMahon, she kept that in, I think. She did. Seaman plays it forward. Walker now looking for a teammate. Only finds Misha Anderson. And now you can hear Atzard as soon as they go back calling for Apia to step up the press, and they've managed to win the ball back. Here's McNulty, forward for Hoban, and here's Fragale. It looked as though the space would open up for her for a shot. Great feed from Imogen Lane. Looking for Crofts, won by Murray, and now cleared away. Seaman back to Magus. That's a tough ball for Magus. It had a bit of a bounce on it. In these conditions, you don't want to be giving your goalkeeper any difficult balls to deal with. Rose was looking for McNulty. Only found Anderson in a black jersey. And now Mortlock. Wide for Ewan. Cleared by Kilbride. Ewan. Great challenge there from Jasnos. McNulty couldn't get the ball out of her feet, and Greta Crisula came across and made the challenge. Pretty comfortable in possession here, the Tigers, up until that point. Bernardi giving the ball away. Dominikovic a threat. And now space here for Hoban to drive into. Tried to play the ball beyond Anderson. It's fallen their way again. Here's Rose. Thought about the shot. Looking for a runner. Doesn't have many though. Very static, the Apia front line there. Here's Hoban. Fragale wanted it played back and slice clearance there from Murray. Mopped up by Glastonbury, who avoids the ball going out for a corner. Cleared forward. Crofts to head to the ball. Ewan. Going in the wrong direction here is Ewan. Gets the throw to go her team's way. Throwing again for the Tigers. Rose plays it forward for Crofts, who's now in the area. Ash Crofts in a good position. A cross goal and lacked power, that one. If only she could have held on to it a little longer with Hoban arriving. Header on by Lane. And Rose moves it off Mortlock. Wide now for Jasnos. Forced backwards though, Jordan Jasnos, and he's robbed of possession now as Lily McMahon drives forward. Dominikovic was in the area, but Jasnos recovered well and clears it away now. And we'll find Alyssa Rose as well. And Rose with the early ball for Crofts. Supporting is McNulty. Crofts wants it back. Points to where she wants the ball to go. It goes there and Crofts wins the corner. And Rose will take this one as well now. An outswinger it will be with Lancaster off onto the bench now. As the rain starts to fall a little harder. It really has not stopped since that downpour we had inside the opening, the last 15 minutes of the first half. Rose delivers low, skids off the surface, falls for McNulty against her former club and deflected into the hands of Glastonbury. And McNulty, pressure pays here, wins the ball back. Still McNulty, another deflected effort, and Glastonbury again collects the ball with the pace taken off it after the effort was blocked. Cartwright. McMahon was Stopped there by Fragale, but a cross came. And Mortlock off the bar. Can hit him from distance, and Charlotte Mortlock almost with another spectacular goal. Started with Nikola Dominikovic picking up the scraps after Lily McMahon had been tackled. Ball fell into the path of Mortlock and didn't think twice about it. Hit the ball well. Magus was not going to get anything on that. In the end, Apia saved by the crossbar. Brad Hatzard will be reconsidering things. I said they need a second goal, otherwise they could be in trouble. The Tigers have the quality in their squad to hurt Apia. Apia throw. Discussion as to whose throwing it should be. Tigers believe it was theirs, but assistant referee, who hasn't got much wrong this evening, says it's Apia's ball. Throw taken. Headed away. Crisula. Good touch from Bernardi. Forward now for Dominikovic. Kilbride brings the ball and plays it back to Seaman. Jasnos. Knew Mortlock was in close pursuit. Had to get rid of the ball as quick as she could. As Grass turns in midfield and goes the other way, looking to put Apia under some pressure. Cartwright coming in support now. Gets her head up and delivers into the box. Searching for Lily McMahon. Jordan Jasnos won the first header. Mortlock again from distance, this time on a Walker. Stepping into that one. Blocking well. Winded. Might take a moment for her to get her breath back there. Slowly getting up now is Apia number 6, who's again been one of their best performers. And Saffron Grass now plays it early, and Apia weren't really aware to that. Neither was Ewan though, so they got away with that, and Jordan Jasnos in the end had to work hard to try and avoid the corner. Did so, just a throw. Cross comes in. Looked an easy one to deal with, but with the conditions as they are, Seaman took no chances. Anderson happy to see that over the sideline. So in for the Northern Tigers. Cleared away by Jess Seaman. Rose driving through. Hoban under pressure. McNulty, tough pass that one. Rushed it, too much on it. Apia always knew that this was going to be a tough game. The Northern Tigers were always keen to spoil the party when they can't make finals themselves. And we've just over 5 minutes remaining. It's not done yet. Apia still has a bit of work to do to finish this one. Here's Murray. Cartwright now. Forced to go back to Murray. Anderson spreading the ball wide for Ewan. Nice turn there from Grass, but across came Seaman. Cleared the ball out. Almost falling there for the Tigers, and again, Apia's given the ball away cheaply. Someone's down on the edge of the area. Cartwright clips it forward. Mortlock saved by Magus. Apia playing with fire here. They need to be careful. They can't let opportunities like that go and gift them to the opposition. Lana Walker's back to her feet. Shields the player down. Thumbs up to the bench. Apia, nevertheless, readying another substitute for the final few moments of this one. Space for the cross. And the clearance there from Fragale went the wrong way. And gifts the Tigers a chance to put Apia under more pressure from a corner. Jess Seaman's been pretty dominant in the box defensively. Will have to do so again. Flicked on by McMahon. Was close. They called a deflection. Did the Tigers, they wanted another corner, but Ana Cortez again in a good position. Was close enough to call a goal kick. Surprisingly, it's remained, I should say, 4-4 at Wanderers Football Park between the Wanderers and Northwest Sydney Spirits. Manly still lead by 2 goals. That's a bad challenge. That'll be a yellow card. I thought it would be, but it's not. The Rams are now 2 to the good against Sydney Uni. Mount Druitt haven't added any more goals in the second half. 5-0. I wasn't sure that they won't suffer the same fate last time they played the Jets. And Dominikovic and Alyssa Rose came together there, and Kilbride will need to be careful here with McMahon chasing down, and Magus came, saw that there was danger, cleared the ball out for a throw. And these are those nervous moments that teams have to contend with when they don't take advantage of opportunities that they're presented. And a chance again there for the Tigers, this time blasted over the bar. Beth Bernardi, the culprit, I believe. Sophia Magus getting a yellow card there. Crisula heads it forward. Cleared away. Anderson. The Tigers will come back at Apia once more. Anderson plays it forward. Seaman's been a rock at the back all game. Heads it away again. Here's Crisula. Back for Anderson. Now Ewan. We've had the 90 minutes come and go. We're into stoppage time now. And Bulls will be watching from home, hoping the Tigers can muster one more opportunity, give themselves one more chance to try and find an equaliser. It's Mona Walker that's coming off. Change of formation as well by Brad Attard. Lane will go into a more advanced position. Another injury on the far side. I think it's Jasnos again. That's down. Aurelia Collins has come on for Apia. She'll slot in at right back with Lane now operating in a more advanced position. It was the captain Crofts that was down. And again, Apia not aware to the quick drop ball by the referee. Tigers took it early, as they have every right to do so. Jasnos heads out. McNulty helps the ball on its way. And Crofts clears it away. Anywhere will do. Murray brings it under control. Now Cartwright. Can the Tigers create one more chance? Cleared away by Fragale. And Hoban battling so hard out there. Got a toe in. In fact, it was Lane. And a free kick one for the home side. Exactly what they want. I can't imagine there'll be too much more time added now. Unfortunately, no fourth official, so we aren't able to find out how much time gets added, which is a shame. But I'm imagining there's about 4, maybe 5 added by Nina Cortez. Free kick the way of the Tigers. And we've now had 3 minutes of time, additional time played into the fourth. As Grass plays the ball forward. Mortlock plays it on, and Charlotte Mortlock, from what I've seen of her, one of the Northern Tigers' best. Chance now. No touch offer. Apia play. It'll be a goal kick. Apia will make another change now. In stoppage time. Headed on. Once more. Crofts now chasing this one down and bursting through. Ash Crofts to seal it for Apia. Leichhardt gets beyond the keeper, and Crofts puts it home and secures all 3 points for Apia Leichhardt. Such a determined run. It started inside her own half. Ash Crofts goes through all the way, rounds Glastonbury, and plays the ball into the back of the net. Apia secure all 3 points here at Lambert Park. Difficult conditions. And a tough game, to say the least. The Northern Tigers were excellent in large parts of this game. Had some golden opportunities as well to equalise both in the first half and the second period. In the end, Apia secure the points as the full-time whistle blows. Apia, Leichhardt 2, the Northern Tigers 0. A well-deserved win. They had to fight hard for it, did the home team, and in the end, they got the job done against a tough Northern Tigers outfit that really made them work. First half goal after 3 minutes was an Alyssa Rose corner. Now, did Ashcrofts get a touch on that? I can't confirm. But it took only 3 minutes. An early goal and a late goal, the difference. Ashcrofts bursting through from her own half to score in the last seconds of this one. Full time at Lambert Park. Apia Leichhardt 2, Northern Tigers 0.